The beautifully stark, austere, regimental styling of the Debenhams building should instill order to the consumerist nonsense on Glasgow's Argyle Street. Alas, its purpose compounds consumerism. But the insidious promotion of consumerism to create a population of wage slaves is a discussion for another day. Stretching from number 65 to number 117 Argyle Street, Debenhams, formerly Lewis's Royal Polytechnic Limited, was initially built between 1930 and 1932, but includes later additions, most notably the linking to St Enoch Shopping Centre undertaken in 1988. Gerald de Courcy Fraser is generally credited as the architect, but also mentioned are James Hoey Craigie, who died in 1930 when Fraser is thought to have taken over the designing, and George Walter Atkinson. De Courcy Fraser was born in 1872 and was articled to Walter William Thomas of Liverpool. He commenced practice on his own account, also in Liverpool, in 1905. Fraser was architect to Lewis Limited, a chain of department stores, and designed stores for them throughout Britain, including his hometown of Liverpool, where Lewis Limited originated, Glasgow and Birmingham. Lewis Limited, however, had no connection with the John Lewis department stores. The Argyle Street structure is a 6-storey affair, plus attic, basement and sub-basement. 18 bays on the main Argyle Street facade are sandwiched by 3 bays at the east end and 3 bays at the west end. The facades are dressed in ashlar Portland stone, with the rear being brick construction. There are 15 shop windows at ground level, each with wide doorway recesses. The first floor has single windows in all bays, with floors 2 and 3 possessing single windows in the centre 18 bays, and the outer 3 sandwich bays containing a tripartite, single, tripartite windows arrangement. The 3 outer bays at each end also have pilasters dividing them to entablature level. The 4th floor follows the 3rd floor layout, but the centre 18 bays have recessed windows with wrought iron balcony rails. Smaller bipartite windows adorn the 5th floor centre bays, with the 3 outer bays showing tripartite, bipartite, tripartite windows layouts. Single windows return for the attic centre bays, with tripartite, single, tripartite windows for the 3 outer bays. There are an additional 8 bays on Dunlop Street and another 6 bays on Maxwell Street, all mostly following the Argyle Street facade design. The Glasgow Lewises was part of the chain that went into receivership in February 1991. The Burton Group, which owns Debenhams, acquired the Glasgow lease and took possession in July of the same year, with the store refit projected to be finished 2 months later in September, and opened as Debenhams' 85th outlet. As mentioned earlier, the building became part of the St Enoch Shopping Centre in 1988, whose landlords are Sears and the Church Commissioners for England. The Church of England are wealthy and avaricious beyond belief. This is why you should think carefully before donating to their appeals. Let the scum pay for their own roof repairs. Debenhams is a Category B listed building. Here's what Glasgow Council have to say about such listings.
The interiors and exteriors of Category B buildings are statutorily protected and are covered by listed building controls. They may not be demolished or altered without prior listed building consent.
That sounds fine and dandy, doesn't it? Until we encounter this caveat.
Buildings are frequently added to or removed from the list, and descriptions and addresses are amended as changes to buildings occur through regeneration and restoration projects.
From that ambiguous wording, it appears that greasing the right palms and mixing in the correct goat riding circles can magically relax restrictions on listed buildings. Or so Tarquin says.